Welcome back. Today I'm taking you through a very quick series to eliminate lower back pain. What you're going to need is 2 long sticks and 1 short stick from your set. We'll be going through different positions of your pelvis, of your hip area, and of your spine, and that will help open up any tightness. You've been sitting all day, you want to open up that lower back and really get things moving. This is a great little series to do. First thing, we'll be taking 2 of the long sticks. We'll be focusing on flexion and extension of your spine to help mobilize each segment of your spine. Let's go ahead and turn to the side so I can show you. I've got 1 stick at 10 o'clock, 1 at 2. Now, where you put your sticks does matter. Your energy is going to go straight down into the sticks, so about 40% effort. And from 10 and 2 o'clock, I'm going to take my grip, maybe just shoulder height is fine, maybe a little bit higher is okay for each of you, but find what works for you to drive downward. From that position, go ahead and take your hips backwards into a hinged position. Now, what I want to find here is my ribs are not sinking down. I'm in a true neutral. Flexing first through my spine, taking this round position here through the tail, segmentally, just like a wave, all the way through, and finally the head. And then undoing that from the top. Let's go with the head, the chest, the spine, and finally the pelvis and the low back. Again, flexing the spine as you breathe out. Like a wave, start with the tail, work your way up, long arms, drive the stick down. Feeling that energy all the way through your arm line on the side of your lats, and then finally through the head, the chest, the ribs, and the tail. Okay, so that segmental wave. Let's go again. Start with the tail on the exhale. Still effort through those sticks as you push into the ground. Right here, hold, extending the spine through the ribs, all the way through the tail. Last one right here. Let's go ahead and round and scoop. Just like that wave position, trying to create more of that movement through each little spine segment. And finally here through the head, the chest, the ribs, and the tail. Very nice. Excellent. I'm going to place 1 stick down to the ground. Continue with this long stick here. And now I'm going to show you a pelvic clock motion holding onto the stick. So horse stance, wider stance works better to pay attention to where your pelvis is in space. I will show you from this 3/4 view, both hands shoulder width apart or shoulder stance here. And I've got this horse stance, which means a little bit of this wider foot position, toes point forward. When I hinge backwards, I'm thinking about just a little bit soft knee position, really focusing on what my pelvis is doing. So it gives me that space. From here, tuck your tail forward to 12 o'clock where your stick is. Then bring your pelvis towards your 3 o'clock. Then we've got our 6 o'clock, finally our 9, back to our 12. Notice the stick doesn't move because you are driving downward into it with your arms, creating that effort. Go again, same direction. From 12, go to your 3, go to your 6, go to your 9, and finally back to your 12. We'll do 1 more in that position. I'll show you from the side. From the 12, here's your 3, here's your 6, here's your 9, and finally back to 12. Let's go the other way. Same thing, effort through the stick downward. Let's go from here to your 9, to your 6, it's very subtle, to your 3, and finally your 12. So as you work your way around the clock, notice your knees might want to straighten or move with you. Keep it all about that movement in your pelvis versus anything else. Stick drives down, arms and effort into the ground, and pull forward. Very nice. Now from that position, you can use the long stick for the next one. We're creating this active hinge and hamstring stretch. You want to feel that your grip position, you're pulling the stick apart to activate the back of your body, or you're pulling your grip inward to really feel the front line of your body. So I'm standing here in a hinge position with my feet parallel. My grip is just about like a bottom letter Y, straight wrists. From that position, pull the stick apart. Create that effort through your arms. Hinge your body, push the stick into those thighs. Think of this nice big stretch backwards with your hips, feeling your hamstrings. Create the effort, 6 to 10 second hold. Coming up, now pull the hands in on the stick. In other words, you're pulling inward with your grip. Go again, push back, push out. Feel that hinge position. It's an active way to stretch your hamstrings. Hold 6 to 10 seconds. Pull back in and stand up. Let's go again. So everything's connected to the pelvis right here. We're pushing those hips back, feeling that middle part of our hamstring. Get a good stretch and pull back forward. We'll do one more here. Push it back. Nice big hinge position. And pull back forward. Very nice. Taking your long stick down to the ground, I'm going to change to my short stick for the next variation. With my knee pad, I'm taking my right foot behind, and I've got my right knee on the pad right here. Now with my short stick, where I want to place it is not directly at 12 o'clock. It's just slightly to the side from there. With this arm, I'm going to get this tuck of my tail, hand is at my shoulder level, and I'm just driving down. Now, if you want more drive through your arm to get more active stretch, bring your arm higher on the stick, okay? So find the grip that works for you. From that half kneeling position, lots of hip flexor stretch going on. Squeeze your glute, feel that first. From there, arm reaches long, and picking this into rotation. Drive down on that stick, reach your arm into rotation, opposite direction. Holding here, 6 to 10 seconds. Making sure your left knee stays over your ankle. Gently draw back. And just feeling this whole line from your hip up to your shoulder begin to open. Reaching here, take this across. 6 to 10 seconds. Draw back in. Still establishing that drive through your stick. Don't forget about that. Keep that active today. Reaching the arm and around. Very nice. Draw that back. Let's exchange sides. Give that right side a breather. Draw your knee pad to your left, opposite side. So again, find what works for your grip. You can go a little higher if that works for you. Little tuck of your pelvis here, half kneeling position, squeezing that rear left glute. Drive downward on your stick, feel that energy down, and then reaching up and around here for the right side. Breathing in. 6 to 10 seconds. Lots of energy through that arm, all the way down to the stick. Draw back forward. Deep breath here. Go again. Breathing in. And softly back. We got one more. Find that connection through this left side into the ground and reaching across. And all the way back. Nice work. Now, we're gonna come on back to a half kneeling on the opposite leg. And this one is really to establish a stretch across your body through your lat down to your hip. So when you're really tight in that lower back, we wanna open up the lats, the rib cage through this side. Bring your stick to 9 o'clock. My elbow here is bent 9 degrees. I've got my stick right here, reaching up and over with my top arm. I'm gonna try to bow my stick, pushing with my bottom arm away, top arm goes down, and I'm just reaching into this bow and arrow stretch. So really feeling a good stretch all the way through my right side, still feeling that tuck of my pelvis, squeeze of my glute, down the ribs, all the way to my hip. 6 to 10 seconds, gently release. Find that again. Pushing with the bottom hand, and I've got this little bit of a push downward with my top arm. Breathing here. Gently back. We'll do one more on this side. Pushing the stick, reaching the arm. Feels so good. It's all connected down to our hip area and gently releasing that. Let's do that on the other side. Draw your knee pad. Take your right leg. Bring your stick to 3 o'clock. Elbow bent by side, top arm reaches. Think of pushing down, pushing out. Bowing that stick. 6 to 10 seconds here, keeping your foot and your ankle Stacked in front, hold that position. Gently back, do that again. Push into your stick. Big push down with your top arm. Breathing in here. And release. We'll do one more together. Pressing into the stick, reaching long. Big stretch all the way down into your left hip. And gently releasing. Nice work. Thanks so much for joining me for this 10-minute lower back release sequence using your training sticks from Stick Mobility. Now, you should have felt a lot of that sequential spine movement and pelvic movement in the beginning of the series, and then progressively getting more into your hip flexor group, which is really going to help with any tightness in your low back. Now remember, using the sticks, placing them at the correct positions. I want each of you just to practice what we went through in the sequence. Notice the amount of pressure down on those training sticks to help you with those positions so that they can support you, as well as create that active hip mobility. Thanks so much, and I'll see you next time.